A 10-minute game. Feels like an eternity. Okay. We're going to use our openings. They're going to guide us here. Surely they're good enough for rapid, right? Okay. So on knight c3, I'll play the proper move, which is knight d4. I always play knight e7 when I'm playing blitz or bullet, because it makes so much sense. Just like stop knight d5, but the move is actually knight d4. Put the bishop back. Bishop g5 is coming. We're in a kind of suspicious position here. h6, d6. We're playing slow chess, but hoping to do so rapidly. Get castled next. Gotta support the center with d6, I feel. h6, queen g6. My bishop could have also been on b6, but I thought I wouldn't want something like this and then him being able to take. The pawns are not great like that. This feels like the move he wants to play, but I think it blunders the d pawn, so he might play d5 for that reason. I'd love to play knight here, but that would lose the game. We could take and then come back. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, a4 is a nice useful move for sure. Speaking of useful moves, I'm going to throw in h6. Definitely going to be helpful for us. Rook e8, queen g6. Queen g6 hits the pawn and threatens bishop h3, but if knight h4, we can take and hit the knight. If king h2 and we take, like, there's bishop h6, so I'm wondering how good that actually is. Because I could also just play a move like rook e8, for example. I think it's still reasonable to start with this. make him think about it. Although, yeah, king h2 does feel normal. Taking on e4, pawn goes to d5. And I think we're in trouble there. Okay. It's kind of a shame because after this move, I kind of want the rook back on f8, but I'll go with this. Do I want my rook here there, or do I want his rook here? It's kind of a maybe a little bit of a tough choice, but let's take this way. Let's go bishop b6. Knight here, bishop b6 takes is possible. So I might need to play f6. I think f6 is not that bad. So at least I have the light squared bishop. Like if I was playing f6 with the dark squared bishop, it'd be awful. Wouldn't have any control over any of these light squares, but I feel like we can go queen f7, bishop e6. We might have to deal with a knight on d5, but that's okay. Knight on d5 is not the end of the world. We can always kick it out later with c6. This and this definitely exist, but I'll try to do king h7, queen f7, bishop e6. Also, this hits the knight, which is a nice tempo. Because, for example, here, maybe if you could play rook g3, then you could drop the knight back to e3, and it might be a little bit better. But the tempo on the knight's very helpful. Yeah, so he definitely wants to play that. But if I play this, knight e3, and then takes, he doesn't have anywhere for that knight to go. So I think this is actually annoying. He wants to put it there, I'm sure, but I don't think you can. So he might have to play b3. No, he's going to play queen e2, guarding the knight. Again, if I go here, knight e3 is the reaction. I think this move wants to be played. I can't really prevent it, if like, you know, in the future, but for now I'll just go like this. So now we can try this. Maybe bishop b3. I still don't really like that move. Our knight's going to drop to e7. I think king h7 will be a useful move for us. I don't see any point in taking. I don't see any point in going here, and then I can go there. So I'm just going to make... It's kind of a waiting move, but it will be useful. Get off this diagonal. Now there are some lines where I could take, and it's not check. Knight h4, then I'll probably move back. And yeah, I mean, even a knight on e3, it's not the end of the world. g6 kicks the knight out of there. Knight e7 and c6 kicks the knight out of there. And I like my bishop for a potential endgame. Yeah. So we're going to go here. We know the move that he wants to play. We do have a bishop b3. I don't think it's the way we want to play the position, though. It's very tempting. We can take on d1 now. Rook takes, bishop b3. I guess rook a1. Because if rook d2, bishop takes, how does that go? Nah, I'll do it. We might see this, which obviously we'd be pretty happy about. So yeah, here, 95. Could just go back. I don't know, I'm just gonna take it. C4 allows knight d4, so most likely we'll see one of the knights jump in. But I don't know, knight d5, there's no threat. And knight f5, there's also no threat. Okay, so he does this. If knight e7, I lose the pawn. If here, there's c4. But then we could play knight d4. Takes, queen takes d5, takes here, b6, d6, rook e8. Yeah, I think we should be okay there. But I don't know if he's going to play c4. He'll probably move the queen somewhere over here, and then did bishop b5 actually do anything? Or did it just to help his queen move where it wanted to move? Queen g4 is definitely the next idea. So let's just defend against that. Bishop b3, queen g4. Looking at knight d8. Maybe knight d8 has the issue that queen g4, bishop d7, there's knight f6, so maybe knight b8. So that I can meet that move with bishop d7. I am going to go here. I think starting with this one is a little bit better. Okay. That's not a threat. So I think we can just go back. I'm not sure that was the best move. Almost certainly see this, but now I can play knight d7 and this knight's also pinned. So I think the plan is knight d7, knight f8, knight e6. Knight on e6 is great. Yeah, there's no knight f6 for me to worry about. Because we can take with the queen. The queen's undefended, but, you know, the knight's also pinned to his queen. Knight d7 is almost for sure the move I'm going to play. We can do this, but I don't see the point right away. Still, we have this. Knight f8 next. Or knight c5. They both accomplish the same thing. Knight f5 is a little bit more menacing. It just looks like it might be threatening something. Okay, queen there. Queen g6. Drop c7, but it looks like e4 might fall there. I don't know. Knight e6 is safer. Covers everything. Okay, this is a threat. You know, just gotta make sure it stays defended. Knight e6 looks pretty correct. Just everything stays protected. h5 might have been a move there, but it looked a little loose for me. Okay, now it doesn't look terrible. We can also go g6. The knight has to go back. I think we will go. I think we will go g6. Maybe h5, slide the king. I don't like my king on h7 with that knight there. It just doesn't feel right. King on g7 feels better. Okay. Here makes a threat. We'll slide the king over to immediately protect. Could also do this, but yeah, king over feels like the move. Rook d8 looks like a pretty good next move. Maybe knight f4 now that there's a pin. Okay, he's kind of going all out here. Queen g3, I'll go f4. Here, knight e7, doesn't matter. I'll just play king f6. I mean, I don't care about double pawns when we have other threats coming. As for this, I think we take. And just go here. Guards both of these pawns, and rook here doesn't actually make a threat. We can just take this next. Let's start with this to stop rook there, and then probably next move is this. Maybe he'll even blunder it. Thank you. Oh, good game. Very good game. We brought out our hambleton defense here against the Ruy Lopez. Here I definitely could have considered this, but what was wrong with this? Knight d8? Wow, queen f5. Okay, that's what I missed. So I thought queen e4 was no good because of d5 and takes loses, but I definitely missed this line that I can just move the knight. And after this, I have queen f4, queen f5. Yeah, I did not see that. Of course, there's bishop h6, but this wasn't the main thing I was concerned about, because now we can bring the queen back, play f6. And I think we were slightly better here, but no big deal. Yeah, I don't know about knight b8. I definitely didn't mind it here. Yeah, I liked f5. And I liked rook h7 a lot. Just the rook has nowhere to go except d7. I was going to play knight f4 here to take this pawn, but then rook d7, he gets all my pawns. So I was going to go here, and then take. That's what my plan was. We got a big +4 for that. We only need to gain like 200 more rapid rating. One game at a time.